Hello, and welcome back to Real English with Real Teachers. Thanks for coming back and joining us. We are live today, and we're going to be teaching you some really useful day-to-day English expressions containing the word make. Make. Now, Charlie, something very awkward happened to me yesterday. I was in a lesson and we were doing the second conditional. So we were talking hypothetically about things in life. And I asked my French student, I said, what would you do if it was your last day on earth? What do you think she said?
So hello everybody. So you asked your student this, and did they say, "Oh, I'd probably make a move on you"?
Well, she didn't say that. She actually did it. She put her hand on my hand, and she gradually kind of leant in like this.
Wow! So she made a move on you.
She made a move on me. She tried it on with me, and it was horrid. It was absolutely horrid, and I didn't know what to do. So
That sounds terrible. So make a move on you. What are you meaning?
I mean, she attempted to seduce me. She made an attempt to attract me romantically. She tried to kiss me. She tried to kiss me.
Oh.
So she made a move on me. But while she was making a move on me, I kind of retracted. I went back like that, and I said, "So, what's the answer? What would you do if it is your last day on Earth? You haven't told me. You just tried to kiss me."
So it wasn't obvious to her that you were removing yourself from the situation, not allowing her to make a move on you.
Yeah. I just kind of tried to make light of the situation and carry on. Anyway, very embarrassing. Luckily, she's not a subscriber. She won't see this. But this video is brought to us, no, it has been sponsored very kindly by our friends over at Lingoda. Hasn't it, Charlie?
It has been, yes, it has. So Lingoda are an online language learning platform. They do private classes and they do group classes where you can interact with like-minded students on English, business English, German, French, and Spanish. Yes, and we've both been using it for Spanish. Harry, you said you're going to take part in this amazing opportunity that they call the Lingoda Language Marathon. What is that?
That's right. So I think on the 27th of May, the marathon begins. And it's an opportunity to help English learners or learners of any language to become more fluent and more confident in speaking the language that they are learning. And I think it's a great idea because to become fluent, to become a confident speaker who doesn't need to think and translate in their head, you need to use the language daily. And this marathon will make you do that through entertaining, interesting group classes online. So you connect through an online platform similar to Skype, and you have conversation classes. And it's brilliant. So what the marathon is, the full marathon is, you do 30 lessons per month for 3 months. So imagine that you're speaking for an hour a day, every single day. And if you do that, not only are you going to become more fluent, more confident in using English, but also Lingoda are going to treat you by giving you all of your money back, literally all of your money back. So if you have lots of time, or if you can make sure you have an hour free every day, I recommend you do that. Personally, I'm doing the half marathon because I'm a busy teacher. I don't have that much time. And the half marathon is half the amount of lessons. So it's 15 lessons per month for 3 months. And if you complete it, they give you 50% of your money back, which is still a really, really good deal.
It's really nice. And I imagine it motivates you every day to go back there and make sure that you do the lesson, which is actually the main part of language learning, isn't it? Continuously being motivated every day, day in, day out for a long period of time.
Totally, yeah. So if you don't take the lessons, you're not going to get your money back, and you're not going to make the most of your subscription. So make sure you stay motivated to keep learning, and you have a proper learning schedule, and you can choose which lessons you do, which I think is brilliant. So it starts in about 2 weeks' time. The actual marathon begins, but you only have 4 days and 10 hours from now to sign up. So if you want to sign up to that, there aren't many places left, and there are not many days left to decide. So do it as soon as you can. You have 4 days and 10 hours. And when you sign up, just use our code in the description box, which is SPEAK10. And that will allow you to sign up for free.
Wow. Very good. Okay. I look forward to hearing how your progress goes. I would be doing it, but I'm moving across overseas, so I can't do it right now. But I want to hear how your adventure goes, Harry.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Yeah, I haven't done any Spanish lessons for ages, Charlie. So I'm looking forward to getting back into it.
Okay. So as Harry just said, getting back into it, let's get back into this video. Idioms around the word make. And Harry said a good one at the beginning, to make a move on somebody. I'm not sure if this was a true story or not. It doesn't matter. We're here to learn about the language, not about Harry's love life and his failures and triumphs. So yeah, make a move on somebody is to advance romantically. Sorry, to advance romantically on somebody. But it doesn't always go smoothly when you make a move on somebody. And I actually remember watching a video not too long ago about this guy doing a really big gesture, trying to win this girl over and proposing to her in a really over the top way. And he kind of abseiled or used some sort of rope that managed to make him zip line all the way down from a very high point while she was at the top. She was on the bottom, and he had this sign saying, "Will you marry me?" And as he was coming down, more and more people were gathering around, and the sign came into focus, and it said, "Will you marry me?" And the video was rolling and everything. The cameras were rolling, and he came down, and she said no. She said no. So here we could say that he made a tit out of himself. He made a tit out of himself. This is quite informal, but we use it very regularly. It's a good one, isn't it, Harry?
It's a great one. It's a great one. Make a tit. Are you putting that on your board?
I am, yes.
Make a tit out of yourself. Yeah. So if you ever act a fool, if you do something that makes you look really stupid, then you make a tit out of yourself. So we have the word make. We have the word tit. A tit is a boob. It's a breast. And it's an insult. So if you are a tit, if someone says you're a tit, what a tit, they're saying you're an idiot. You're a fool.
That's true. Yeah, you can say what a tit. Oh, God, he's a bit of a tit, isn't he?
I like Charlie. He's just a bit of a tit.
Yeah, you can say it in an endearing way. Yeah. Yeah, he's fun. He's a bit of a tit, but yeah, we accept him in our group. But to make a tit out of yourself is to embarrass yourself, to really embarrass yourself and make yourself look stupid or disrespected.
Yeah, that's nice. That's quite embarrassing that he went all the way down the zip line. So he's like, woo! And he had the sign where, like, on his body?
It was, yeah, he was kind of holding it as well as the grip, so it was a bit confusing, but it was too small to read up there, and he was slowly descending, so it was a bit boring. And then when he got there, everyone was there, and she said no. Very bold of her, actually. Very bold, brave of her to say no.
Yeah, I would have just said yes to be polite, and then at home, once we got home, I would say, "Yeah, I'm not really marrying you."
Yeah, yeah. You know, I said yes earlier. I was joking.
Yeah, I just didn't want to make a tit out of you. I didn't want you to make a tit out of yourself. So I said yes in the moment. I think that's a nice thing to do.
It
Do
is
you
a nice
think?
thing to do. I think it might be a British thing to do, and I'd like to know whether you guys think it's within your culture to try to avoid making a tit out of someone who might be your partner at the time. Would you say yes, even if you don't want to marry them, to avoid that humility on that other person's behalf?
Yeah, so you're kind of helping him to keep his dignity intact. I wonder how many British people, or how many people in general, have said yes just out of embarrassment, and then later said no because they didn't want them to make a tit out of themselves. You
Yeah.
reckon that's happened a lot?
Yeah, I reckon they used to get away with it more often, but now it's on social media so quickly. Maybe there's more marriages because they don't want to go back on, that photo of them with the ring. That one. Like,
Mm.
oh, we got engaged. Oh my God.
OMG. Okay, so yeah, very embarrassing, very embarrassing. Make sure you don't make a tit out of yourself when you propose to Stacey, Charlie.
I will try not to. No abseiling, no zip lining. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to basics, maybe.
She'll just say yes, though, to help you save face. So, Charlie, a friend of mine went on a date the other day, but he had to travel very, very far for the date. He wasn't finding many interesting matches on Tinder, so he kind of expanded his parameters. He changed it from 20 kilometers, which would only find people within Bedfordshire, and he increased it to about 200 kilometers.
Okay. Slightly desperate that. 200 kilometers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty desperate. And he got a date in Newcastle.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
And so he was happy to get a date, but he was also very aware that he had to travel a very long way for this date. So he wanted the girl to convince him, but she did, and she said, "If you come all this way, I will make it worth your while."
Oh, that's a little
Mm.
bit saucy. Yeah.
It's a little bit, yeah. It's a bit saucy, a little bit suggestive, saucy, suggestive. What do you think she was gonna, do for him? She said she was gonna make it worth his while. What do you think she was gonna do for him?
I can only imagine she's got great tea making skills.
Okay, yeah. So maybe he's gonna go all that way for a really good cup of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the best cup of tea.
Yeah, potentially. So, well, he went all the way there. They they had a date, and it was going really well, and they were in the cab home. They were going back to her place, so it was going pretty well, I think. And then she started throwing up.
That is definitely worth his while. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, threw up in the cab,
In the
and
cab.
yeah, and then he made a move.
What? What?
And what I mean by made him, I don't mean he tried it on with her then because she had sick around her mouth. He left. He made a move. He left.
And that's interesting language. Yeah. So you could say make a move on somebody, suggesting that you try to go and kiss them. But to make a move could be physically leaving the premises, or making a move. Maybe in chess, you have to make a move, don't you? So you have to move physically one thing to another place.
You do, yeah. So make a move. We have the way that we said at the start, making an attempt romantically to win someone, or you leave. So if me and Charlie are bored at a party, We could say, "Oh, should we make a move? Should we make a move, darling?" I don't know why I would say that to Charlie, but maybe.
Yeah. Should we head out? Should we make a move? Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So my friend Chris was expecting this trip to be made worth his while because she promised to make it worth his while. And what does that mean? If someone makes it worth your while, this is if somebody. What you got there, Charlie?
Yeah, so it's to make something important. Yeah, make something useful enough for you to do something, for you to go someplace or to make some effort in some way, right?
Yeah, exactly. So for this day, if she said, "I'm going to make it worth your while," Chris was going to Newcastle expecting to receive something nice. So traditionally, this would mean you'd get a payment, but of course, like she's not going to pay him. Maybe she'd cook him a nice meal. Maybe she would make him a great cup of tea. Maybe she would show him a good time, or maybe, just maybe, she would give him a kiss. So, making it worth your while is making that effort worth it, worth all that effort. Charlie, if I made it worth your while to come up to Bedford, what could I do to make it worth your while?
Probably you sleep on the sofa and I sleep on the bed.
Oh, okay. Well, I gave you a blow-up bed.
Yeah, you did give me a blow-up bed, but at the end of the night, it was back on the floor. It had deflated so much. I was just on the wooden floor. And you had taken away the carpet, thinking it was a good thing to remove that rug. But at the end of it, I was just lying on the wooden floor.
Is this a dig? A dig?
No, not a dig. Not a dig. A dig is like, how would you define that?
A dig. It's like a little.
Poke.
Yeah. It's like a little criticism about something that happened in the past. It's like you're scorning someone, reproaching them for something they did or didn't do.
Yeah, that's true. And people who have long standing friendships and relationships, often siblings, they might dig at each other because they've got so much history.
Yeah. It's often quite passive, isn't it? Like the way you did it. I would expect you to give me the bed. Oh, right. Okay. So that was a problem before, was it? Why didn't you say, you shit? Because we're so British. We have to make digs. That's what we do.
Yeah, we do. Okay. So next phrase.
Oh, can I just ask you guys watching, can you please tell us what could you give to somebody to make it worth their while? Coming all that way, 200 kilometers for a date, what is something you could give them to make it worth their while? Tell us anything.
Yeah, I'd like to know that.
You'd probably do a nice dance, wouldn't you, Charlie?
Do a little dance?
Yeah, you'd probably do a sexy dance.
Okay, that's what I'd do. Yeah, I'll work on it.
Hip-hop dance.
Harry's saying that because he asked me what's on my bucket list, what would I like to do before I die, and I admitted that I'd like to go to a hip hop street dance class and learn how to dance.
And what was your hip hop name that you were going to call yourself? Chuck Boy. The Chuck Boy.
I think that was your suggestion. I went with Baxter. I think Baxter's back. All right.
Fantastic. All right, Charlie.
Anyway, I was watching Sherlock Holmes the other night and it made me think of a good phrase. If you've ever seen it, have you seen it, Harry?
Sherlock Holmes?
Mm-hmm.
No, I've never seen it actually, but my students tell me it's very good.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it for a long time. I was late to the game, late to see it. And then I was amazed by it. And particularly because the main character, Sherlock Holmes, or Benedict Cumberbatch.
Gorgeous.
He's gorgeous. He was able to think like the killer who he was investigating, or whoever did the crime. He was able to think like them and then guess their second move. So he was able to, as I say here, he was able to understand what makes the killer tick. What makes the killer tick?
Okay, right. And what is it that made the killer tick?
That particular episode, it was a bit it was a bit general. It was a bit about power. He was just obsessed with domination, I think. So there was quite a few complications to it that we don't have time for. But he was able to understand what makes that serial killer tick, and then guess the second move.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah, Sherlock Holmes is a very skillful detective, isn't he?
Oh
He
yeah.
could, if he was hunting you down, trying to find out what makes you tick, what do you think it would be? What makes you tick, Charlie?
Probably a bit of hip hop dance classes. Yeah, I'd probably be. Yeah, that'd be my next murder scene.
Yeah, he would
I'd
find
probably,
you.
he'd find me there. He'd find me sort of trying to bop along to the music, and then getting over encouraged and then stabbing someone. Yeah.
Okay, good. So that's it. To make somebody tick. So that's it. Just like Sherlock Holmes, he understood what was motivating this person to behave the way they do. So it's having an understanding of why people behave the way they do and what motivates them to be. I often think about, it's like often we use it when we talk about things we like. Like, what if you say to someone, "What makes you tick?" It's like, what gets you up in the morning? What do you like?
Yeah, and for many people, it can be quite a generic question. They could like going to the movies. They could go like going shopping, like watching football, anything really. Going for a
Mm,
beer. That's
yeah.
what makes them tick. But you could think of it on a deeper level, and as Sherlock does with the serial killer, like thinking about mind games and why they're motivated in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, because a serial killer always has something strange like that. They like to be dominant. So that dominating, that is what makes them tick. They love that. That is what makes them want to kill and behave in that weird way.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good one. It's a really good one. And if you don't understand someone, you could say, I don't really get this guy. I don't really understand this guy. I don't know what makes him tick. I don't
very
know
good.
what makes him
Very,
tick.
very good. Yeah. What makes him tick? I can't really figure him out. So have you figured out Harry by now? Tell us, what do you think makes Harry tick? Write that in the comments, and I'd like to see what you think makes him tick.
Yeah, I'd like to know what makes me tick.
Yeah, you don't know, do you? All right, I think we've got time for one more, Harry.
Okay, so Charlie, I was reading an article the other day because I read, um, and I was reading about the voiceover artist who does Peppa Pig. She does the voiceover for Peppa Pig. So she says things like, "Hello, Rabbit."
Right.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, and do you know that she is? How much do you think she's paid for her work? Bear in mind she's about 15.
She's 15.
Something like
Wow.
that.
Wow. She must. I think she must make a lot of money. Peppa Pig is in every kid's mind. Like
Mm.
Izzy, she knows Peppa Pig. She knows all of the characters. I think this girl, she's probably on, I don't know, 1 million a year.
Million a year. All right. What do you reckon on hourly wages?
Her hourly wage. Oh, let me just do my very good maths.
Voice over,
Probably
we're talking hourly rate.
hourly rate, 200 quid.
200 quid. So 200 quid's going to get a million a year, is it? Are you gonna work it out?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
So she gets a grand an hour. A grand an hour.
I
A
wasn't
grand
a
is
grand.
£1,000. £1,000. A grand. I don't know why I should put a grand. So she is making an absolute killing. She is making a killing.
She is, yes, to make a killing. So what? She's killing people?
No, she's not getting hunted down by Sherlock Holmes. She is making lots and lots of this.
Okay. So I think we know what makes her tick. It's the money.
I think what makes her tick is bringing entertainment to kids.
Very nice. Very nice. Yes.
Being in the mind of little kids and in the bedrooms of little kids. That's good.
Let's move away from that. Would you be able to be a Teletubby, Harry?
Would I be able to be a Teletubby?
Yeah. Would you be able to dress up in a Teletubby outfit or one of those characters from what what were we just talking about? Peppa Pig. Would you be able to be a character and act like that?
I think I would love that. I actually think that is my calling. My calling in life, which is the profession that I was made for, something that I should do. My calling in life.
His purpose.
Yes. Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
I reckon I would love that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully we can sort something out in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Don't think we will.
Maybe we could do more videos for kids learning English.
We could do. We've already done Peppa Pig. You were just a little brat, though. You weren't a Peppa Pig character. I was personifying that quite well, wasn't I?
I think I was an adorable child. So to make a killing is to make lots of money, lots and lots of money, be doing very well. So you can say, wow, he is making a killing. He is making a killing. Or could you use it in the present simple, Charlie? He makes a killing.
He makes a killing. Yeah. Yeah. He makes a killing every day.
Yeah, he makes a killing. Or just in joke, God, he makes a killing. Donald Trump, he must make a killing.
Oh, yeah, he probably does do some killing as well.
Sure. Don't we all? My question, my question to you, English learner, is what English teachers on YouTube do you think are making a killing? What YouTube teachers on YouTube English teachers are making a killing?
Right. Okay. What English teachers on YouTube are making a killing? Well, that'd be interesting to see. I'm sure they won't guess us.
Yeah.
But there we go. So we're going to wrap it up because we've been told that YouTube videos need to be shorter and we go on for far too long, which is probably why we're not making a killing on YouTube. So we're going to love you and leave you with those questions that we'd love you to answer in the comments. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our website and watch another video if you want. Thanks very much. Thank you, Harry. Bye-bye.
See you later.